What's up, real world climbers? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be another video in what I'm affectionately calling the Last Hoorah Series. Essentially what is happening is we are taking down our beloved climbing walls. And so I'm filming my last sessions on each of those walls and just kind of talking about what I love about the wall. And then I'm also going to be doing a time lapse of the destruction of this wall. This is the 30-degree wall at my headquarters. So as I'm deconstructing it, if I notice anything that's kind of unique or some tips or tricks that I think would help you in your home wall build, I'm going to make sure to share those with you. I did do a whole series on building this wall, so I'll put links to those videos down in the description as well. And don't forget to check out the whole premise of why we're even taking down the walls in the first place. There'll be a link to that video down below. But essentially what is happening is my good friend Jack and I are combining forces to take both of our walls and combine them into something bigger and better and everything like that. And so while it is kind of bittersweet that I am taking down these walls that I've put blood, sweat, and tears into, broke my hand on one of these walls, I mean, all kinds of crazy things, and I really love my headquarters, I'm also encouraged and looking forward to what is to come and the newness of that new wall. If you are someone that is in the investigative phase of building your own home climbing wall, I want to encourage you to check out a bunch of the other videos on my channel where I teach and show what I was doing. But if the design and kind of getting the most out of your space is the hang up point for you, I want to remind you that real world climbing is more than just YouTube videos, that I also run a business called Real World Climbing, where I essentially help people to get the most out of what they're doing when they have real responsibilities. And one of those aspects is I firmly believe that home climbing walls are a great, if not maybe the best training tool for the busy climber and the climber with other responsibilities, real world responsibilities, real world climbing. So if that's something you're interested in partnering with me, I do offer consulting services and design work for home climbing walls. And if it is something you're interested in, check out my website, realworldclimbing.com, and get a bunch of information about what I offer. So why don't we jump right in and start climbing on the 30-degree wall. I literally just put my shoes on, so we're gonna do some nice easy warm-up stuff, get the fingers and the forearms going. While I do that, I will talk about things that I like about this wall. So this wall is primarily 30 degrees overhanging, and it's 8 feet wide and about 9 feet of climbing surface, plus like a 6-inch kicker. On the last 2 feet, I do have this campus board that has changed which kind of rungs I've had several times. But this is also kind of incorporated, so sometimes I use these as holds. Then this little section over here is about 50 degrees overhanging that just connects the two pieces. And then, not sure how much of this shows on the video, but at the about 9 foot mark, it hits the main joist work, and then it goes up into the rafter section of the garage. And so this is about like maybe 14 or 15 degrees overhang, this ninja wall up here. Over here on the left side, there are a few holds over on the arete. So this is like the main entrance into the whole garage climbing gym. Got these arete pieces as well. It offers for some interesting route setting, but not like a ton. But there is some options for like bumping up the arete that sometimes are fun. So if you can't tell, I'm like really proud of my garage climbing gym. I really love it. It's turned out very, very well. Not perfect by any means, but I am very pleased with what it offers. One of the downsides of having a fully enclosed kind of gym section is it's hard to get the camera far enough away to see the whole wall all at once. So what I'm able to do is I'll move you guys up so you don't need to see the footholds too much, so you can see more of the finishes. Another thing I like to do with warm-ups is use the nice big juggy holds on the campus board, put my feet on, and do up downs. So I use my feet a little bit and kind of pull with the toes, engages the core a little bit. Make sure I lead with different hands different times. And then I can work into the little bit smaller rungs as well. There is a bunch of stuff that I had planned for this 30-degree wall that I didn't really get to. So with the timing of the move that we're doing and combining the climbing walls, kind of missed out on doing some of that stuff, but there is still some interesting things on this wall. One of the things that I've started the process and intended to do but haven't got around to completing yet is doing the stamina tree, and that's where I take like the deck of cards, ace, king, queen, jack, and all the different suits, and then I do like the branches. If you haven't seen those types of videos, I have a bunch of those on my channel as well. It's a pretty cool training tool that I like for home walls. And so I've got the set up for it with like the identical hold here and an identical hold at the top. But I just haven't got around to setting the different bottom halves and top halves of the routes. I'll have to make sure I try and do that on the new setup as well. And it might even be like even bigger and bolder. We do plan on having a really wide adjustable like systems board. So I could do something interesting with that by like spanning across multiple moon boards to try and make a stamina tree, because it'll be adjustable. So I can adjust the difficulty by how steep it is. But also what I really want to be able to do is to build a 30-degree wall that is not just a wide expanse. So I think it's gonna be like what, 12 feet wide and like 14 feet high, and just a nice flat angle. Maybe incorporate some volumes and stuff like that. Still kind of grabbing the juggier holds to warm up here. Do a little bit more twisting and moving with the body instead. It's also supposed to be around 90 to 100 degrees here today, so I'm trying to do this session early enough in the morning that it's not completely blazing hot in here. All right, so I'm gonna do some warm-ups with a little bit smaller holds now, and then we'll kind of move into climbing some of the favorite routes on here. Yeah, quite a bit smaller. Maybe too small, too fast. So the other thing that I haven't got around to doing quite yet, and I'm going to try and do some of that today, is I had asked my viewers on YouTube to go into the various different apps and to set climbs on my wall. This is before I had knee surgery, so that I would have something to work on after knee surgery. So I haven't got around to recording the session of trying those. So I'm going to try a few of those as well. So first off, here I have the RetroFlash app for those of you that set things on RetroFlash. Got a few here. This one here set by Iran Estera, called Your Problem, Not Mine. So I'm going to try this one here. Alright, so some of these are going to be pretty tough, but we'll have fun with this. This hold here is a very tough sloper with a little bit of a divot in it. And then matching on that pinch is going to be very tough, but we'll see what we got. Oh. Yeah, those moves are actually really interesting. I think the finish is going to be really tough and not going to spend a ton of time on it, but yeah, I like that a lot. The limited number of footholds made it really interesting. So like I started with that flag, get here and here, pitch this almost like typewriter it over as I bring the feet up. Yeah. Aaron, that was really cool. Fun, I'll try the finish again. See if it is matchable. Big barn door. Very cool though, interesting. This next one's called Kühlschrank. Kühlschrank. Sounds German there. Tiergarten. Alright, super low start. Guessing they meant for this circle to be on that red one. So that's my assumption there. Some hard moves in here that I don't even know if I'll make it that far. We'll see. Start looks interesting. This is a juggy undercling, but this is basically a foothold. So we'll see how I can use that. I might start here instead. Doable, but dynamic. Oh, yeah, that's crazy tough. I think it could be definitely doable for. It's not me. No, I'm not strong enough at this time. I like it. It's very thoughtful. Just a little bit out of my range at this point. This one's called Cross the Scissors. Set by Mimoun. Sorry if I'm butchering that. So this one has the numbers on it, like the sequences, so it's meant to be done in a specific way. So I'll try to do it, that circuit, in the way that they've drawn it up. Wow, yeah, this one's gonna be very, very tough. Right there, left there. That's very tough. Yeah, part of this one that's gonna make it hard is this extra wall over here. I'm slamming an elbow on. Not particularly interested in getting injured right now. But very cool. That start move is really hard. Falling into those crimps, crossing over, very fun. Love those cross moves. Let's try the top half and avoid smashing an elbow. Dry fired off. Really got twist me. Okay. I want to try these last moves too. Yeah, you guys set some really hard ones. Right, one more try on the top section here. Yeah, I like the top too. The handholds are really fun to use. The feet would make it a little bit maybe easier. Top, but I think the top would be really, really tough when you're like desperate, having done all the previous moves. So again, that one was too tough for me. Good job. All right, this one's called Does It Work? And it's set by Bard Finn. Okay, so this one starts on the yellow rail. These two are really thin. Okay, so these would make it tough, but maybe using them as a bump. Probably crimp on that. Bump to here. And then the feet that I get are this one, that's a dual tech, so that's gonna be a tough foot if I use that one. So high-ish feet at the start. Okay, moving through here is gonna be, I think, the crux, just because there's like maybe a half a pad and it's kind of sloped out. I can get to that. I think we're good. Oh, yeah. I think that should quite right, but that's gonna be really tough. Oh, man. Nice route. I don't want to run out of steam before I try everybody's routes. And there's also some routes that I would call classics on this wall that I would really want to do on camera as well. So now we'll head over to Crux app. So here's that red tide one. This red tide, the person that set red tide, Caleb Snyder, also set it on Retroflash. So he duplicated it on both apps, which is cool. I happen to have definitely fallen in love with the Crux app before Retroflash was my favorite, because it was the only one that really was user-friendly for me to ask other people that are not physically here to be able to set climbs for me. And Crux didn't used to have that ability, but now they've added it. So that makes it really cool. So let's try this one called Red Tide. I think I've tried this one once with a friend of mine, just not on camera. So it uses primarily red colored holds, hence the name Red Tide. There's a lot of them to pick from, so. Oh, I think I missed a foothold somewhere, but oh man. Okay, I think that's cool. Ah! Oh, that's a pretty crazy move. I like it. So, not really trying to make excuses, but I don't have quite the same power. Like, my knee is healed from the knee surgery, but the quad power is not the same. So for me to do like basically a pistol squat, kind of drive all my weight into that right foothold, it's really tough for me right now. I need to get back to being able to do something like that. But like, I need to be able to press into it this way, and then that's an undercling. So I need to be up in it to catch it. So I'm gonna try starting with the undercling, and then see what the top feels like. Thanks for setting a great climb there, Caleb. And then I forgot what the finish hold was. Oh, it's because it's blue. Alright, well that was a great climb. kind of sad to see it all come down, and it comes down so much faster than it went up. And with this blank canvas, it kind of makes me want to set some routes, but I'm not going to do that. This is the famous ninja wall. It's been on every single wall that I've made for myself personally. So now we'll have to see where it can fit evenly. It's wearing out, but there is a ninja painted on there. You have to believe me. So I want to show you this kickboard. So what the kickboard is made out of is just a 2x6. Actually, two of them butted up against each other to make it thicker. But they're just 2x6 onto a 2x4. And this 2x4 is kind of like a threshold build. So I connected over here to keep it from flexing this way at all. And then all my studs went up that way. So just another example of getting creative with the space that you have and doing what you can. Then I just flip it upside down. All the screws are in the bottom. Alright, there we have it. No more 30-degree wall. You will be missed. Thanks for sharing with me in my Last Hoorah sessions. If you are liking the content that we're putting out here, make sure you click the chains on the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.